Johnny Roses and welcome. Today we're going to look at how to add some resistance to the squat. Hopefully you've done a few minutes of the warm-up that I suggested earlier. And another thing that you can do is a task-specific warm-up. So we're going to be looking at the squat. So one way of warming up is just to do a few body weight versions. So nice and slowly, seeing how everything feels. I'm noticing today that my left ankle is feeling a little bit fragile, so I'm just doing these carefully. I'm pretty sure that as I do more, it will warm up and be more comfortable. So just going down steadily to start with, and we're going to do at least 20 of these body weight, having also done warm up. Each time we're just going a little bit further. I haven't been counting because counting is not my forte. I can't count and speak. But I'm going to suggest that maybe that was about 10. I'll do another 10. I'm just changing angle so you can see. Let's call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One very good way of adding in resistance is using a resistance band. These are also sometimes sold as assistance bands, and we'll explain why in due course. But one way of adding more resistance to the squat is to do this. So you get down into a kind of crouched squat position with the resistance bands under your feet, and then you will notice that as you pull up, it is harder work on your legs. You're pulling against the resistance of the bands. In another video, I'm going to talk about how you can vary the resistance of the bands. This is quite a light resistance. It's one of the thinner bands that you can use. So again, another good progression to the warm-up. I'm going to show you the same exercise with a slightly thicker band. So same thing, bent round the back, knees bent, pull up. I can definitely feel that it's harder work on the legs, on the glutes, on the core. I'm just putting a little bit of pull through my shoulders as well because I'm resisting against the movement. Show from the side, straighten the back, bend the knees, up, up. You can resist the down as well, adds a little bit extra. You will really feel that the most work happens on the standing up. Resist the pull down, nice and slowly, standing up. Here's another way of adding resistance to the squat, and this is with a short band around the thighs, just above the knees. Again, these come in different thicknesses to provide more or less resistance. So this works by, as I'm squatting down, the band wants to pull my legs together, so I'm having to resist out against it. And you'll find this is particularly effective in the glutes, particularly the piriformis muscle. Get quite tight from doing this. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. But the work is kind of on both movements because of the fact that you have to keep resisting against the band. So this is another way of adding in resistance. And again, these things can be purchased quite inexpensively, and they'll fit into a suitcase if you happen to be going away and keen on keeping going, which of course we recommend. Here's another way that we can add resistance to the squat. So this is simple adding weights. These happen to be 3 kilogram weights each, so that's 6 kilograms. That's a bit less than 10% of my body weight. So, it'll make a difference. So we can do this just by holding the weights by our side and doing a squat. as before. So we're trying to keep the shoulders back and down, stop them rolling forwards. Not really doing anything particular to our arms. We can do it this way. See the view from the side. You can also do it holding the weights here. It doesn't really work the upper body particularly, but because the weights are more above the plane that we're squatting in, I think that can feel a little bit more effortful. You can do similar things with a kettlebell that's more the weights down here. That'd be particularly helpful if you've just got something heavy in a bag. You can just lift it up that way. Put some heavy things in a rucksack and just hold the handle on the top of the rucksack and lift it up like so. A plastic 2-litre water bottle will weigh 2 kilograms. If you had 2 of them, obviously that's 4 kilos. It's a little bit awkward to hold, but you could still just do this movement. You might notice that I'm slightly out of breath. We don't often acknowledge that weights are cardio. It will get your heart rate up. You will need to breathe more. That's part of why they are so effective. So there you go. There's a few different ways of adding resistance into your squats. But all you're looking to do is warm up a little bit first and then add in some resistance and do 3 sets of about 10 or 12 each to start with. Well done, Thorny Roses.